Hey, so as a quick heads up, if you're looking to skip the tutorial, then you can just skip to the timestamp below. Otherwise, I know that this isn't really the kind of topics that I would usually put out, but I guess this is what makes it a hobby, is just me putting out whatever content I enjoy. Anyway, a while back, my watch seemed to run out of battery. It took me like 6 months to get a replacement battery, only to find out the watch was broken and the battery had nothing to do with it. Anyway, I replaced the watch somewhat fast with a watch that I actually prefer, but I figured I'd try and fix it anyway. Now, long story short, the watch had no visible signs of damage or corrosion, so I asked around on Reddit and was told that I might be able to have it fixed by taking it to a watchmaker, but ultimately I only paid $3 for the watch. It was listed as $23 in Mercari, but thanks to a PayPal promo, I got $20 off the price, and figured it would probably cost a fair bit more than that to have it serviced by a professional, and I definitely don't have the skills to service a broken movement, so I ended up just purchasing a brand new movement. It cost me like $10 on eSlinger or $15 including shipping and taxes. Anyway, I don't actually have any watch tools. Mine is a spring bar removal tool, which I seem to have misplaced, but I mostly got everything to work here. I might review this later or something, but for now, onto the actual replacement. I'll play the video at 2x speed so it doesn't seem crazy long, but I'll actually get onto it now. Okay, so here I'm just removing the back cover with pliers. It would be ideal if I used a dedicated watch tool instead of pliers. It would obviously be ideal if I used the proper tools, and with the pliers there's always the risk of scratching the back cover, but this is far from a collector's watch, and since I don't have the proper tools, these will work perfectly fine. So in order to remove the stem here, there's a really tiny pin that you need to press down. It's too small to show on camera, but I've got a safety pin and I'm trying to press it down, and it's a bit of a pain to press. It would probably be a little bit easier if you have the right tools, though I'm using a safety pin, and so that maybe that's not ideal, but it ended up working for me, so if you have nothing else, better than nothing, I guess. Here's where I tried to remove the hands with a safety pin. I ended up bending the second hand just a slight bit with no luck, so I'll switch up to my second strategy in a second. So after no luck with the safety pin, I ended up just cutting out part of the receipt and used that piece of paper to remove the watch hands. There are tools to do this the proper way, but again, if you don't have the tools, they seem to work well, at least for me. And right here I gotta press the exact same pin to remove the watch stem as I had to on the other movement. Exact same process and just as much of a pain as the other one. And there we go. Yes, the time you'll see in a second is correct. It was 4 AM when I repaired the watch. I'm on a bit of an odd schedule because of my work. The only hiccup I ran into is with the hands. As you can probably see almost immediately, the date changed at 9 PM instead of midnight. It's a bit annoying, but it can be pretty easily fixed by making sure the hands are, say, 12 when it is actually 12. Additionally, after a couple hours, I noticed that the minute hand seemed to be moving slightly fast, meaning that the second hand and the hour hand were correct, but the minute hand was going a few minutes out of sync every hour. What seemed to be happening is the minute hand was moving a tad bit with the second hand's movement, in addition to the movement it was supposed to be doing. I assume that I didn't push the minute hand quite down enough, which, you know, who would have guessed having the correct tools might have done the job better. I'm recording the audio here now, and it may or may not still be moving fast. But either way, at some point I'll just have to take it apart, adjust the hands, and make sure the date changes to the right time, and make sure the minute hand remains in the correct position. Otherwise though, everything seems to be working. If you're watching this to replace the movement on the same model of watch, or a different model of watch that has the exact same movement, then I hope you found this useful. Otherwise, however, if you're just watching this because you followed me, I hope you found it interesting, and apologize if it was boring and not the kind of info that you were looking for. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I guess this wraps it up.